Nigel, 2 Easter weekend games, Stoke City, Sheffield United.
Yeah.
How good an opportunity is this to finish the season positively?
Well, in many ways, you know, the players have the opportunity to go out there and free themselves up, really, and we as staff need to allow them to do that. So I think we'll be concentrating on the areas that we've done particularly well at, you know, in terms of scoring goals, creating chances. We'll be encouraging them to do that, and I'm not going to worry too much about some of the things that haven't gone too well. I mean, I think we've dwelt too much on those, but of course, people are entitled to their opinions.
How important is it then not to get too shackled by, as you say, the things that perhaps haven't gone well this season, and kind of look at the things that have, and, you know, potentially what can be achieved?
Well, look, we've got some talented players here who have made great strides this season, and I think that's something that, you know, again, however people want to look at the season, I know that we've had some real successes too. Unfortunately for us, what we haven't done is been able to be consistent enough in terms of getting results. So, you know, I get as frustrated as everybody else with that. But as staff, we've talked about it quite a lot this week, and that is to concentrate on the positives. And I'm not going to get bogged down with all the other stuff at the moment.
How much do you have to look at next season, look at pre-season, or are you very much, is it the here and now? Because as you said, we still need some points.
It's a mixture, yeah. Dave. It's a mixture, because we're always looking at how we progress and when we can. So, I mean, pre-season's already arranged. So the pre-season program, the pre-season or the closed season programs for the players has all been taken care of already. So we're aware of that, and of course, in terms of how we shape the squad, yeah, there are plans in place. So it's always a mixture between planning for the future, looking to how you get from A to B, but of course, A is the most important place, and that is the present. And we've got 5 games left in which to play as well as we can, and hopefully keep our fans on board with us.
Stoke City first up then. Reasonable performance against them, 1-0. I think we had to survive a bit of a late onslaught. What do you expect from Michael and Neil's team? What do you need in order to kind of impose ourselves on them?
Well, I think they've had a very mixed bag of a season themselves. So I think when we met them at our place, and we got a good 1-0 win on the night, and even had to play, I think, 9 minutes of added time on that day. I thought the players coped with it pretty well. So it was a very welcome win and clean sheet at our place. And as I've already said, you know, they've had a bit of a mixed bag of a season. I think there would be high expectations at the start of the year, in terms of, or rather start of the season, in terms of them being in and around the promotion race, and they've had a difficult spell. But I think that's something, or they've had a spell of results which has taken them down the league, and, you know, I'm sure they'll be trying very hard to finish the season on a high themselves and make progress in the league. Michael's sides are organised. They've got some good players, and I mean, it'll be another tough game for us, but it's just one we're looking forward to. You know, and I think the players have an opportunity to go out there once again, show what they're about. Fairly straightforward in my head.
Some of those players, under 23s, played in midweek.
Yeah.
Tommy Conway, Sam Bell,
Yeah.
Ben Orris, George Turner.
Yeah.
Do you anticipate them getting more minutes for the first team in this remaining 5 games?
I hope so. I hope so is the answer to that. but it's not about, we want to get better results to finish the season. I would like some of our younger players to have more pitch time too. It's actually a good game yesterday. I think both Tommy and Belly had enough chances during the game. It didn't quite work for us, but there's some really good performances. And I've been pleased with their contribution this season, both in training and when they've had opportunities. And I'm sure they'll be hoping for more chances themselves too.
And you've always said that you'll only blood young players when it's the right time.
Yeah.
Last year, I think we were probably forced into that situation.
We were.
Do you feel as if it's kind of perhaps more of a planned approach because you can, as opposed to necessity, as it were?
Sometimes players take advantage of it when you plan for them not to. So I'm not absolutely rigid on that, to be fair, but I'm hopeful that one or two players will get more pitch time towards the end of the season. And why not? We need to. I think they're good enough as well. That's the thing about it. We've had, I've said on a number of occasions, we've got a lot of players who are at the top end of, they're having to play week in, week out, and at the top end of their threshold. It's a new experience for them in the Championship. So, and some of those players have been overly exposed. But it's a situation that, if they come out of it on the right side of it, they'll be much better for it. There's been some good stories this season.
One of those experienced players, Thomas Callas, we saw him had a minor surgical operation this week. Is that really with a view to getting him right either for the end of the season or for next? Because you talked about the wear and tear that he's had. Yeah. You've taken the decision now, really, I suppose, to make sure we have a full fighting fit Callas, aren't we?
Yeah, we will, and he'll be as grumpy but as cheerful as well at the same time. He's an interesting lad. He'll even with the procedure he's had, he should be fit in 3 to 4 weeks. So, but for me, it's more about him resolving the issue, so he's got a clear head for the future. And again, I'm relatively relaxed about that.
And just back to the Easter weekend, Nigel, do you, as a football person, is it a special weekend, as it were, a bit like the kind of the Christmas schedule, or do you just treat it as a Friday and a Monday game?
Friday, Monday, and when you've been in football a long time, I don't really think about I don't think about the holiday periods as being anything other than it's where the fixtures are. Yeah. So I don't think about it any other way really. But let's see if we can enjoy the games.